Welcome to my channel. Today is Q to the 8th of August 2025 earnings reactions. First up, Monster Beverage. Earnings per share came in at $1.15, which was a beat. The company reported a net income of $350 million, which was up 6% quarter over quarter. Revenues also beat expectations, coming in at $1.9 billion. That's an increase of 5.8% compared to the previous quarter. Gross margin was 65.2%, which is stable compared to the previous quarter. Operating expenses were $240 million, which is up 3%. Operating cash flow was $400 million, which is up 4%. And the company is guiding for 7% revenue growth for next quarter. So that's a little bit below what they did this quarter, but still pretty good. And they're expecting earnings per share to increase from $1.15 to $1.22. So that's a nice little bump. Gilead Sciences also had a really good quarter. Earnings per share came in at $1.59, which was a slight miss. But the company reported an 8.3% increase in net income, totaling $1.2 billion. Revenues also beat expectations, coming in at $6.5 billion. That's an increase of 4.5% year over year. Gross margin increased slightly to 72.5%. And their revenues from their drug, Descovy, totaled $1.5 billion. That's an increase of 12%. R&D expenses were $900 million, which is steady. And the company is maintaining their guidance as stable. They expect growth in their antiviral segment, which is obviously good news. Now, some companies did miss estimates. The trade desk missed big time. Net income was down 38%, and the company reported a net loss of $120 million. That's a big miss. Revenues were $230 million, which is down 10% compared to the previous quarter. Gross margin was 56%, which is down 4 percentage points. Operating costs increased by 15% due to investments in artificial intelligence. And that was a big problem because it ate into their bottom line. The company is guiding for a further $20 million reduction in revenue next quarter. So that's not good. LegalZoom beat estimates. Net income was up 31.2%, totaling $75 million. Revenues were $400 million, which is up 25% year over year. Gross margin was 60%. Active subscribers grew 18% to 2.5 million. And the company signed new AI partnerships worth $30 million. That's a big deal. The company is guiding for a 20% expansion next quarter, which should easily be achieved given the tailwinds in the legal industry. Expedia also beat. Net income was up 4.1%, totaling $180 million. Revenues were $3.2 billion, which is up 3%. Gross margin was 65.5%. Operating costs were up 2%. And net bookings were up 6%. The company is maintaining a stable guidance with moderate growth expectations. We got some more mixed results from Palantir. Net income was up 21%, totaling $110 million. Revenues were $480 million, which is up 18% year over year. Gross margin was 75%, and operating expenses were up 5% due to commercial expansion, and that's kind of eating into their bottom line. Contract backlog is at $1.2 billion, which is a big number. And the company is guiding for an increase next quarter with continued growth. SoundHound also beat. Net income is estimated to be between $20 and $25 million, which is up 26 to 30%. Revenues were $90 million, which is up 15% compared to the previous quarter. Gross margin is increasing from 45 to 50%. R&D expenses were $10 million, and the company is optimistic about their growth in the artificial intelligence sector. Pinterest missed. The company reported a net loss of $12 million or earnings per share of negative 12 cents. That's a big miss. Net income was down 10%. Revenues were $320 million, which is up 2% year over year. Gross margin was 40%. Monthly active users were 420 million, which is stable. Operating costs were down 5%, and the company lowered their expectations for next quarter. And Under Armour also missed. The company reported a net loss of $45 million or earnings per share of negative $1.15. That's a big miss. Net income was down 18%. Revenues were $1.2 billion, which is down 4%. Gross margin was 48%. Operating costs were up 7%, and the company is guiding for a negative outlook next quarter as they focus on restructuring. Rocket Lab was a big winner. The company had positive net income, which is great, and the revenue beat. The company reported $144.5 million in revenues, which is up 12% compared to the previous quarter. Order backlog is near $1 billion, and the operating margin improved from 5 to 8%. Operating expenses were stable, and the company confirmed their guidance for continued growth in the space sector. So, those were the earnings reactions for today. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It helps out a lot. And if you want to see more, then make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.